Why don't you just send me your location? Let's focus on communicating. All right, so this is a second installment in How to Think Like a Predator. All right, so basically what we're going to be talking about is proximity. Proximity is fucking everything. Proximity is fucking everything. And the only reason why you don't know this is because, like, the situations that you've been in. Like, I've lived on a fucking ship, tight quarters, and the ship is like its own fucking planet. You know where everybody's at. Everybody's doing the same thing, the same day, every fucking day. And it's like, you can kind of watch people a little bit better, you know, because it's not like you see somebody at the fucking mall and then they go somewhere else and you never fucking see them again. It's like, no, you see this same person every day and you get to learn their behavior. So I learned that proximity is fucking everything. It's extremely important. Now, with women, like if you're a guy and you try to understand the dating arena, women try to put themselves around men who are like that they like, and especially if all the other girls like them, they all kind of will congregate and move towards that guy. If you aren't that guy, like women really are dominated towards sex, at least women that are still in that age of procreation, and you know what I mean, like, I mean, once they get really like a lot older, they don't really think about that as much, I believe. But 20s, 30s, and even 40s, you know, women are putting themselves around guys who they can see themselves having sex with, you know. And if you aren't that guy, they will close their body off from you. They will move away from you. And it'll be so smooth that you don't even realize it's going on. And okay, so if you're an average person, which we all are, this isn't like going to be at its extreme, you know, like where it's clear cut and you can see how much they're doing it because they're treating you in an average way. But if you were like somebody who's at the top, you know what I mean, like where all the girls want you, it will be clear cut. And if you could also live the life of somebody who's at the bottom, where nobody likes you, then it'll also be clear cut, and you'll be able to see a real clear picture of it all, where yeah, it can be extreme and women are doing this. So predators are doing this as well. They're trying to line themselves up with a certain person. What does a predator do? A lot of times they'll watch somebody, but they'll position themselves from their prey as like they'll put themselves as far away from their prey as they can, or potential prey as they can, so that they can observe them without being noticed. So what you can do is you don't just pay attention to the person who's close to you, because yeah, predators are going to come close to you and they'll invade your space. They generally will do that. So you don't just pay attention to them, you know what I'm saying? Like, you pay attention to when they're far away and when they're close. Now, the whole world doesn't revolve around you. It's not like everybody's going to be moving according to you. So you still need to understand why people are putting themselves in the position that they are. You get what I'm saying? So even if it has nothing to do with you, still look and understand why they're putting themselves in that position, why they're putting their body. What value does that have to them, you know? And you'll start to understand people. And that's when you get to the point where you're polishing your psychic ability. Now, like, I understand that, like, people to a point where it's like I'm almost psychic. I'm not literally psychic, but I'm almost psychic. I might as well be psychic because I basically can see what people are going to do before they do it. Now, that comes with experience. That comes with understanding body language, understanding the mind, how people think. Like, you're getting a start here with narcissism, but you got to understand a bunch of different types of thinking. You know, like you can get a lot from just learning just from psychology. You got to understand like things like racism, dating, sexuality. Like it's like the more that you understand, the more you're going to be like, okay, I know what's going on. It's like you're staring at the world through your rear view, like how Tupac said it. Like once you understand the game, it's like everything's behind you. Like you know what to do. All you have to do is do it. You know. So yeah, I'm polishing. You guys are my psychics. You guys are my psychics. I'm gonna think of something that has to do with being psychic to call you guys, because you guys aren't normal people. If you're watching this channel, you aren't necessarily psychic, but you guys are kind of psychic, and you're developing that, and I'm here to help you do that. But okay, so back to predators. Like I said, they'll eventually come and invade your space. That's another thing that happens. They have no respect for your boundaries. So one of the first things that they'll do is invade your space, which is just standing just a little bit too close to you. If you're at a place of business and you're checking out at a register, they'll come from behind you and stand in line, but they're just a little close. You know, you're like, or you're thinking about it like, is this person on the line or am I tripping? Like that's what they do, you know? So anybody does that, because people understand the rules of the road. People understand what space they need to have near you. So whenever somebody invades your space, it's automatically, you need to assume that they're a predator. Just automatically. I'm talking about if you're questioning it, 9 times out of 10, they know what they're doing. You know, it's nothing to question. If you feel like somebody's invading your space, they are. I'm trying to figure, is there anything else I wanted to talk about in this video? What else do they do as far as proximity? What else do they do? There was something important that I forgot. Oh yeah, another thing is they also like to try to position themselves behind you, you know, at an angle where they can observe you. You know, so it's important to be aware of the people that are behind you as well. And a trick to it, there's 2 tricks that I like to use as far as understanding the proximity and knowing who's watching you. For one, if you turn around really quickly, if they're watching you, they're going to be the person who's sitting there motionless. Everybody else is they're not going to skip a beat. They're still going to be, you know, in sync with what's going on, still in rhythm with what they were doing before, you know. But you'll see somebody who's sitting there motionless, who's rhythmless, or they don't have rhythm to what they're doing. I don't care if they're all the way across the room. I don't care if they're a mile away. If you see somebody doing that, pay attention, you know, and just pay attention to people who consistently are behind you at an angle, or consistently putting themselves at the furthest end of the room from you. That doesn't mean that, again, you're not the center of the world, but just pay attention. It's not like automatic. These are just red flags. This isn't the first time that they do it, they're a narc. No, you gotta gather the evidence. The next thing is, if they're behind you, if they're at an angle and they do things where they are in like concert with you, they're at a rhythm with yours, where, you know, they, like I said in other videos, as you get up to stand up to go to the bathroom, this person drops their pencil or something like that simultaneously. As you're getting out of your car, you hear a window shut. As you leave your apartment, there's a TV that goes off that's down the hall at the same time as you come out your door. Just little things like that. And then you turn and you look at them and all of a sudden they're motionless, or, you know, it could be obvious and it could be very subtle. It could be just, you can hear like a slight creak of a chair, or it doesn't even have to be a creak. It just be where you can hear that somebody shifted their weight in their chair, and you're just in a classroom. You happen to get up at the same time. You all of a sudden you hear somebody, and it happens consistently, where they're constantly doing stuff in concert with you. as you talk, if you talk, they're going completely silent because they're eavesdropping. You know, they want to hear everything that you got to say because they're studying you. If you start trying to talk, they talk at the same time. You know, just stuff like that. Be aware of it. And that's all I got for the video. Thanks for watching. Peace.